Throughout history, thousands of people have fallen into the hands of groups promising salvation, enlightenment, or even a ticket to another world. But behind the smiling faces and higher truths often hides manipulation, control, and tragedy. Today, we're diving into the most shocking cults in history, and what drove people to join them. Stay until the end, some of these stories are truly unbelievable. Jim Jones began as a charismatic preacher fighting for racial equality in 1950s America, but over time, he demanded total loyalty. When journalists began investigating his church, Jones moved hundreds of followers to Guyana to build what he called Jonestown, a socialist paradise. What followed in 1978 became one of the darkest days in modern history. Over 900 people died in a mass murder-suicide, most after drinking cyanide-laced punch. Jones's utopia became a nightmare, and a lesson in how idealism can turn deadly. Marshall Applewhite, or Do, as his followers called him, convinced his group that Earth was about to be recycled. The only escape, leave their human bodies behind and board a UFO hiding behind the Hale-Bopp comet. In 1997, 39 members dressed in identical outfits lay down neatly in their California mansion and took their own lives, believing they were about to ascend to a higher dimension. A tragic example of how one person's delusion can become a collective belief. In Japan, Shoko Asahara mixed Buddhist teachings, yoga, and apocalyptic prophecies. His followers believed he was the reincarnation of Christ, but in 1995, they unleashed sarin gas on the Tokyo subway, killing 13 people and injuring thousands. Aum Shinrikyo showed how spiritual movements can become militarized, even weaponized, under a fanatical leader. Unlike older cults, NXIVM didn't promise salvation, it promised self-improvement. Keith Raniere created a success program that attracted celebrities and entrepreneurs, but inside, it hid a secret society where women were branded, controlled, and abused. Raniere was sentenced to 120 years in prison in 2020, a reminder that modern cults wear professional, smiling faces. Charles Manson preached peace, love, and apocalypse. He believed an upcoming race war, helter-skelter, would destroy society, and that he and his followers would rule afterward. In 1969, his followers murdered several people, including actress Sharon Tate, under his orders. The Manson family became a symbol of how charisma, drugs, and delusion can twist an entire generation. Scientology calls itself a religion of self-discovery, but critics claim it's a multi-billion-dollar organization built on secrecy, intimidation, and control. Founded by sci-fi writer L. Ron Hubbard, it teaches that humans carry the souls of ancient aliens, and that auditing sessions can free us. Whether it's a faith or a facade, it remains one of the most powerful and controversial movements in the world today. From promises of heaven to threats of apocalypse, these cults show how deeply humans crave meaning, and how dangerous it can be when one person claims to have all the answers. But these are just a few examples. There are many more, some still active, hidden in plain sight. So, tell me what I gained and the getting nostalgia was dendum one boutsur. What cult do you want to know more about? Write it in the comments, and I might cover it in the next episode of Understanding the World.